Yesterday, I heard from one of my sources that Birds of Prey was undergoing massive reshoots, as I shared on Twitter. And today, it's blown up into a full-blown story that I can do a video on. All right, so anyway, as I said, I heard that Birds of Prey was undergoing massive reshoots, thanks to what I think most of us would agree are reasonable studio concerns. I know some of you want your niche picture, and you know what? I understand that. I'm sympathetic to it, but I think at the same time, even though Birds of Prey has a small budget, which is fantastic, it minimizes the risk, you still need these movies to do well. They can't make less money than Ant-Man. DC is a brand that should be on par with Marvel. It's not like some little avant-garde niche franchise for Warner Brothers to fart around with, for lack of a better word. I mean, this is a huge IP, which is supposed to have all these, verticals that it spawns, like, merchandise and theme park attractions. It needs to perform as it should. All right, so anyway, some people yesterday tried to write off the reshoots as typical Hollywood tinkering. But today we find out that an entirely new director has been brought onto the project. And it's fabulous news. Yes, while tweeting with some of you yesterday, I had said I hoped that this Birds of Prey reshoot situation would be like the one with Rogue One, where Tony Gilroy infamously came in, infamous for Gareth Edwards, but Tony Gilroy had to come in and significantly rework the picture. But we are the ones who benefited because what Tony Gilroy came up with was pretty darn freaking cool. I really liked Rogue One, particularly the final act. That was like spectacular stuff. In many ways, I'll just say it. It's my favorite new Disney Star Wars movie, thanks to Tony Gilroy. And sure enough, that seems to be exactly what's happening here with Birds of Prey, as the Hollywood Reporter is reporting that John Wick director Chad Stahelski, who quite frankly should have been directing this or Suicide Squad 2 from the very beginning, as I've been saying since I saw John Wick 2, at least he's stepping in to design and co-direct new action scenes for the film. Design the action sequences is very important because his stunt company has already been working on the movie from the get-go. But as anyone knows who's seen John Wick 2, and particularly 3, which is a stunt masterpiece. That's just such an amazing film. Many saying the best argument yet for an Oscar category for stunts. That's how good the movie is. Well, Stahelski has a special set of skills when it comes to dreaming up action sequences, while his company, of course, merely helps execute them for others. Stahelski, in fact, is even known for keeping an ongoing journal of ideas for cool stunt sequences that he can draw from for his movies. And if I were Warner Brothers, I'd say, can I please see your journal? All right. I mean, I know he's probably earmarked that a lot of that for John Wick 4, but Stahelski needs to level up, and I think we can all get behind that. So if he's got to give a few sequences to Birds of Prey, he's got to give a few sequences to Birds of Prey. Now, he will be uncredited for his work in the movie, but it's not surprising the word got out immediately because his involvement will surely be a major selling point for the film. It sucks a bit for Kathy Yan, but it also sucks she delivered a movie that needs significant reshoots. So she should embrace this in an effort to be a team with Stahelski instead of flat out replace, as is of course what happened to Gareth Edwards. And at least to her benefit, Stahelski is primarily an action director, so she can lay claim to any dramatic aspects of the film. Where it was problematic with the Gilroy Edwards situation, because Tony Gilroy, of course, is a very prolific writer, does a lot of dramas, so he could, you could just think that he did everything. But I think Stahelski's style is so clear, and Yan's is, I believe, that we should be able to tell their stuff apart. I hope they can mesh it well. I hope it turns out well. But I think Stahelski's a real team player, and he ain't gonna want to mess this up because this is a fabulous in for him with a major studio, Warner Brothers. Because I think it's been shocking. All of us have wondered why he hasn't been able to get any work despite consistently delivering with the John Wick movies, the second and third after David Leitch left the franchise to strike out on his own. So Stahelski doesn't get any additional work, but Leitch is able to under-deliver on movie after movie. You know the drill. Get your next project before your upcoming film is actually released, and I think David Leitch does that very well. All right, so anyway, as I said, there's a slight concern that Birds of Prey could cannibalize John Wick a bit, especially because both have neon candy-colored gritty production design. But again, Stahelski, I think, just needs to level up already, and this is his big shot. I think we can all get behind that. In fact, DC fans are already saying, what DC film might he get as a reward for this last-minute white knighting? And considering his close relationship with Mr. Keanu Reeves, they've been close since he was his stuntman on The Matrix. Could DC also use this connection to steal Keanu away from Marvel? I'd be thinking this too. I'd be like, Chad, thanks so much for helping us out. Let's go to dinner. Hey, do you know Keanu? I mean, you think Keanu's around? Maybe he wants to come out. I want Keanu. That's what I would. That would be my mantra over at Warner Brothers. And you know what? Just for Stahelski certainly has some great friends, but he's awesome all on his own. And it's great to see good, talented people get the recognition that they deserve. And when it also happens to be a perfect fit with a big movie featuring important characters in a still struggling franchise, well, everybody wins. Oh, this is fantastic. We'll see if Birds of Prey, hopefully, remove some of its unfortunate, stereotypical, and lewd story choices. If you'd like to know what they are, the spoilery details are in another video that I recently made, and there's a link down below in the comments. I'll pin it to the top of the comments. You can check that out if you desire. It would be great. It would be wonderful if Birds of Prey became a John Wick-style action extravaganza with fun female leads, some great dramatic moments. Come on, Kathy, we're rooting for you. And a cool gay villain who is a force to be reckoned with and taken seriously, as all the best villains are. So all this news gives me a lot of hope for Birds of Prey. A new hope for Birds of Prey. I loved Rogue One. It was so good. I was so happy to see this do a major turnaround. Stahelski is exactly the kind of talent you want to bring onto a picture like this. Should have been there from the beginning, but we'll take it. Better late than never. So what do you think? Share your thoughts down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.